The podcast you are listening to of Holmberg's Morning Sickness is brought to you by my friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Trust me on this one. You've had barbecue before, but you haven't had it this good. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale, ericsfamilybbq.com.
When was the last time you had really good Texas-style barbecue? Eric's Family Barbecue, the way it's supposed to taste. Always delicious, never rushed, and prepared to perfection. Eric's Family Barbecue uses only 100% fresh meat, slowly smoked over mesquite wood until it's juicy and delicious. We all know their brisket is the best, but have you tried their pulled pork ribs, or rib tips? Amazing, and their sides are all house-made. Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Make the trip. You won't be sorry. Go to ericsfamilybbq.com for more information.
A little bit of everything. I do some singing, some dancing, some chatting with the guests, the skits, the monologues, the comedy.
Holmberg's Morning Sickness.
Wonderful comedy.
It really is a lot of fun.
98
Thank you very much. Silence the voice. Our veteran is headed out right now, Mark Randall. He does great with his stuff, and it's KUP deployment. We just talked about KUP deployment, which is stuff for the troops from Arizona that are overseas still. And the news has told you everybody's home. The news has said they're all back. And we had a little chat the other day saying, well, you know, that's the prevailing theme is that nobody's out there, that we don't have anyone in peril because Afghanistan is over, and you don't think about these guys in tents standing in deserts and stuff. And so we got a final number because we were sitting there worried, like, I don't think, you know, everybody's participating like normal. And, you know, I get emails from people whose daughters are in Syria and it's still a thing. And then I got a guy who's in the Army and it said, we're not out in desert tents anymore. We're at barracks. We're at like actual facilities. And he said, but it's still nice to get stuff from home. Well, we got a good number back yet because it's not near, like in the past, we've had to do 1,500 different packages because we've had the National Guard out all over the Middle East, Afghanistan and all that. And they'd get them. We don't have that anymore. So the good news about it is that we only have to load up like 400 or 500 packages this year. So we should be able to knock that out like crazy. Like you guys always come through for 1,500. This year, as we creep closer, we're looking at it and we're like, you know, we don't need to.
Maybe 800.
Maybe, yeah. We could knock it out with half, which is great because A, it means everybody's home, and B, that we have less of a mark to hit, which is awesome. But we still have a mark to hit, and that's the important thing. And this year, Randall said a great thing because he's been in this thing. He goes, the deal is now these guys are they're bored. They do these drills and everything, but they're bored with their downtime. He said, so let's get like games, cards. You know, they're not allowed to have like, you can send them a Nintendo, but you got to do that individually. You know, you give your old stuff out like Brady's people pay for. Just go in the garage and get your old gaming system.
Send some sauce over.
Yeah. Oh, you know, if you could plastic package that stuff up, Brady, and I think you could find a way.
If I could get it in plastic bottles.
Sauce them up. But yeah, Mark's right. Playing cards.
Uno, whatever. A bunch of stuff.
Stuff like that. Poker chips.
Yeah.
If you got a poker chips thing, and we could do that. That would be great. Candy. Another one, because they're just like, you know, keep them in sweets and snacks. We'll get our military gang all fat, happy. Just stuff like that. What they really look for is that we're still thinking about them. And this group that's still out there right now is not being thought of the same way. Everybody assumes everyone's home. But the good news is there's hopefully only like 500 Arizona troops that are overseas right now, which is great. We're getting the names. We're going to do all that. So your job is less this year than it has been in the past, which is good. But the response is also kind of like nobody's over there. So in a way...
But they are.
But yeah, in a way, I guess we need our troops to be in constant peril for us to think we need to help them. But that's not the case. They're over there still doing... there's just less amount, which is great. Mark's over at Hayden and Indian Bend Road at the Albertsons this morning. He's going to have a bunch of KUPD stuff, bandanas, T-shirts, things like that. Maybe some last-second Slipknot tickets will fall out of Mark's pocket. Again, he's the one at this station you want to know. He's the guy you want to know because he's in charge of the tickets. He's the gatekeeper for all the events. He knows what's coming up. Ask him questions. Go talk to him today and go, so what can we look forward to next? He knows. He's in the know, I tells you.
Hell, that's how we have to get our tickets.
That's how we have to find out what's going on around here. Hey, Mark, what's happening? Oh, you guys are going to be blown away. I got an announcement on Monday. And he keeps it real tight. He's very military. It's like, we got a concert announcement Monday. I'm like, what is it? Not going to tell you because you'll talk about it.
500.
Yeah. And then he gives me like a time I have to do it. And then I start searching. The worst mistake he made was he told me something's got to be announced Monday. And if you tell me that on a Thursday, I'm telling you about it on a Friday because basically I'm just going to. The internet is a monster when it comes to it. Mark is pretty amazing with that, but he knows everything that's coming. He's got tickets to it. So if I was you, if I was a lady, go out there and rub up against Mark for freebies because he's if you've got cans that are slightly presentable, look, Hogs, I'm not talking to you. If you have to roll one thing out of the way to get those things up, and if your gut makes them perky, you know what I mean? Like your stomach makes them bigger.
Your gut's your Wonder Bra?
Thank you. You might be a redneck. But just saying. Although, I don't know, maybe Mark would dig that. I don't think so. But if you've got a presentable set and you walk out and go, God, I never get tickets to anything, and I'm lonely, Mark will just puke tickets on you. Right there, it'll happen like crazy. That's the guy to know. If you've got a wife that looks good, send her up there. You lay low in the car while she goes up and gets freebies from Mark. It's the way it works. The way radio's always worked.
Bring a flashlight.
Yeah.
Make some, what are those jack-o'-lanterns?
Booba lanterns, yeah.
Booba lanterns.
The fake boobs that make the implants glow.
Glow.
And
glow
grow.
for tickets.
God,
That was one of the coolest things ever when I first seen that.
Booba lanterns
oh my
are
God,
amazing.
what is that?
If you've got fake boobs, put a flashlight up against your boob. You got booba lantern. And most girls who have those don't even know they can make booba lanterns.
Is that a contest we could do again?
Booba lanterns?
Remember we did that a couple years ago?
Well, we had a thing where we show us your booba lanterns. But if you decorated your booba lantern we can do it today if you want. DToledo at 90@KUPD.com. Decorate your boob and then put a booba lantern on it. Flashlight, dark room. That thing it glows like you can land a plane with it. It's pretty awesome. But if you've got those, Mark's your target. Hayden and Indian Bend this morning. KUP deployment. And today, let's do some fun stuff. Candy's always great. And with Halloween and your kids, and they're not going to eat all that. You can drop a ton of that off. You can go to our website, too, 98kupd.com. We got an Amazon list. You can click on that stuff. They're always going to want baby wipes. They're always going to want the fresh socks, which is always good. But right now, just to let them know we're thinking about them. The men and women that are sitting over there doing stuff in places you don't want to be. And we'll box it up November 11th. The good news is the number's much lower. That means we're in a good spot, at least militarily, as a nation. A lot of people wish they still had people over there in Afghanistan. But the good news from all that debacle is we got everybody out. So there's only a few out there. It's time to think about them. I think that's important. Some guy said the small dong thing would be fun because the big march. Was it in Los Angeles? I think it was in L.A. Because it was just fun, and it was, guys walking around with small dongs. The funny thing was the guys who get mad about it are the ones with real small dongs. Like if you see people who's stupid, I don't want anybody to do that. It's because you know that you would have to actually.
Why would you let people know?
Why would you tell people about it? You don't want to tell people about yours. Like anybody who got mad would reveal themselves as a small dong, insecure guy, which is hilarious. I would march up and down that thing, so proud of my off-the-rack dork. There's nothing to write home about mine. Best news, ladies, with mine is I'm like a Native American. I leave it the way I found it. Nothing changes if I'm doing it. That's it. Yours, the way I got you, is the way you walk out the door. Zero changes at all. I cannot damage. I need tools. I need to go to the garage to damage any woman body parts. It's delicate. You know it's there, but it's not doing any damage. And that's a fantastic thing. Not like one of those ladies that our old overnight girl before Brett. My boyfriend's dick is the biggest thing in the world. I'm like, you just realize you're telling me about your fish cavern. Is
it's like a yard of summer sausage.
Yeah, it's huge. And she would like do that karate chop on her elbow and then drag it down to her fingers. And I'm like, well, that's what. So from your elbow to your fingertips is what you. Who like if he dies or leaves, who's going to want to be in there again? It's like parking a motorcycle in an RV garage. Well, why would I do that? You're just bragging about how big your boner garage is. He's got the big ass. Megan's never had to say that.
I'm like a paper cut thanks to his soft touch.
That's right. I think it's actually gotten smaller. Somehow or another, I'm like Rejuve cream for that thing. I can make it better. I'm not wrecking a thing. It's glorious. Why, ladies, when you leave me, and you will, well, that thing would be fantastic. Some guy emailed me the other day and said he was with a girl that told him that she's used to big wangs. and he wasn't up to snuff. Like right in the middle of them.
I'm sorry, this is
Their
just
first time. It was a bar hit.
Wow.
And she's like, I'm sorry. I can't get pleasure unless it's really. And he's like, I don't have one of those.
One of the best.
Put it in her
don't
butt.
have to worry about it re-upping again.
Yeah, put it in her butt and listen to her how she's not complaining about your size anymore. Ow! Yeah, ow, right? And the little guy, ow. You need to shut your mouth. Woman tell you it's too small. I guarantee you that butt will remind her that it's still of size. Well, then we'll just use your butt. No way! Oh, I thought it was like a pinprick. It's like getting a Moderna shot. All of a sudden, there's some girth. I can't imagine. I was a girl like, man, you are so baggy. Your jean, that thing is, I don't know. It's whipping around like bottom of an octopus. I'm not interested anymore because of the nature of your, like the thing in front of a car dealership, the inflatable man.
If her last name Archner, run.
Yeah, she's got the cavern. You think it's name-based. That's interesting. People are asking Brady where you're setting up. And during the break, your people did say,
oh, yeah,
we'll pick you up. You're going.
You're not getting out of it.
How in the world, Brady said, maybe. How did he hook up with the Valley Luna people? And they're going to just bring out grills.
He's been out there a couple times. He's
sure
been a season ticket holder.
How many grills is he bringing?
I don't know.
So they're setting up a restaurant.
They're loading up this morning.
Right now
for
tonight's game, which starts in 11 hours.
They're out there by noon.
Yeah,
most of the people
but they're starting, and that's, 5 hours from now, 4 hours.
I just know how they do it. It's business.
It's business.
I mean,
do they
get
charge?
Busy. No.
So it's just
I think that now I don't know about the Valet Luna. He says we're set up right next to the guys from Valet Luna.
I thought they were going together.
And they set up. They're right next to each other every time.
And Valet Luna does Valet Luna's stuff?
That I don't.
Oh man, you need to find out.
I don't want to put that out there.
This is why you need to go.
This is why you have to be there, because I bet they do. Well, if he's the guys from Valet Luna, if they put up a sign or something.
Yeah.
And
you're doing that.
How creamy are you right now? You need to go wipe. You need to go wipe off.
Can I make a request?
He needs the wet wipes.
No,
not the troops.
Brady deployment.
No Guy Fieri impressions on the Boss 98 KUPD Instagram today.
That might not even be a post.
When you're
Has he been doing
testing
that?
No, but you can see it coming.
Yeah, don't wear the stupid visor.
Money.
Yeah.
That's why I wanted to get home and get my wig.
Money.
On a flip-flop.
I'm out here
in the heart of Flavor Town.
Mike from Barbecue Island.
And if you see him, do not photograph him.
He is in town.
And if you see Guy, he's a Raider fan. So
he'll be there.
He might.
The only thing I'm going to get for him is a happy birthday to John Holmberg. Big fan.
Yeah, go ahead. And then if you do that,
get a selfie with him.
All right, here's the deal.
He's watched every season times over.
If you run into Guy Fieri,
yeah,
this is the fun of having power. I'm going to wield it.
Uh-oh.
And you decide to do an Instagram post. If you don't, in that Instagram post, after the smile, the picture, and then whatever joke you want to tell, look him dead in the eyes and go, I hate you. And then walk away. You're fired. If you don't do that, you no longer have a job.
It's not even a post.
Okay.
I just wanted to record him wishing you a happy birthday, but that's out.
Fantastic.
Now.
If you come back with any video that you're going to use to infuriate me, that you're palling around with Fieri, if it doesn't end with, I hate you, and to walk away.
All right. That's fair.
Now, I won't know any different if you turn the camera off and go back,
I'm just kidding around. I'd lose my job if I didn't say that.
He's not going to do it.
He would never do
No
it.
way.
He would never tell Guy Fieri he hates him. Ever. Ever. Now, you might say,
my friend hates you.
It doesn't count. If your arm around him in Flavortown, putting chips on flip-flops, and you don't say that at the end, I will replace you.
Gotcha.
Quickly. And we'll never speak again.
He's done it before.
And I've done it before. Look right over there. Do you remember that much hair before? I'll do it again. And what that guy did was a whole lot less egregious than what I'm thinking you would do.
It's a good challenge.
It's a great challenge. And so it's going to fight every natural feeling you have to go befriend Guy Fieri, the talentless chef of terrible foods. And I don't know why you'd, as a food guy, I don't know why you would not see him as the 311 of cooks. Like he's talented. He's knob.
Yeah.
He did
I've
nothing.
Really gone
he does
over there the times, when that first started, the Triple D or whatever. You're checking out the restaurants rather than him cooking.
All right, but the fact that he says it's good lends zero credibility to it. It actually makes the restaurant worse. Because if he likes it, it means it's middle of the road at best. Because you've seen everything he
started.
Well, sure. It doesn't matter if started or otherwise. He's a douchebag. So that's it, Brady.
Hey, guy, can I get a picture or maybe an Insta post? Sure, buddy. Money.
And you put your arm around him.
You're awesome. Put me on a flip-flop. Metallitown flavor deliciousness. What? What are you saying? Nobody knows what you're saying. You're just using douche language.
Put your arm around him. Take the picture.
It's Brady from KUPD, and I'm with Guy Fieri. Money, Flavortown. Slap some raisins on it and put it on a flip-flop. I hate you.
End of the video. And that'll be our feature for years on all of our social media. But that's it. Or Brady's fired. And the WAP report begins Monday. That's all there is to it. Nothing about it. You guys following at all what's going on with the Chicago Blackhawks?
No.
Oh, boy. I don't know what to think about it because basically the dude that used to be their coach, Joe Quinnan or whatever his name, I don't remember his name. He was the coach when they won their championships and they ran that little run there for 2010 on. And he's now the coach down at, I think he's with the Panthers down in Florida. They're thinking like he's going to get fired now from his current job because of the thing that happened. Remember a few months ago when one of the players came out and said during that run, one of the members of the staff sexually molested him. Whoa. You don't remember that?
No.
It was just a little bit ago. I don't remember how it was, but basically it's I'll find the names here. So now they're talking to the coach down in Florida saying, what did you know? He goes, I didn't know anything about it until this summer when they announced it. Essentially, you're putting me in charge of this whole thing. And it wasn't, the coaches didn't say, yeah, go molest him. They're like, well, you were more concerned about winning a championship. So when the guy came forward, it's Kyle Beach. He was a player named Kyle Beach. And they called him John Doe up until recently. They found out it was Kyle Beach. He said he was sexually assaulted by the video coordinator, Brad Aldrich. Right? Quinville, I don't know, something. He's the head coach of the Blackhawks back then. And his allegations is the top Blackhawks officials, including the coach, former general manager Stan Bowman, didn't give his claims any credence because they were prioritizing their run at the Stanley Cup. Okay.
Playoff run goes, trumps all.
Yeah, I think that's kind of their job.
Yeah.
So you start in with wait a minute, what? The video coordinator did what to you?
I don't
come
believe.
on.
Yeah, exactly.
No, go talk to the general manager. And general manager was like, I don't know that there's anything to this. Anyway, so he told them they didn't take it seriously, and then it kind of went under the rug and went away until Quinn says that he goes, the allegations, I didn't know about anything until this summer. So the people investigating the Blackhawks released a report about the allegations, and they fined the Blackhawks $2 million. Now they're looking at taking the guy's job away in Florida for being part of this whole thing back in 2010 with the Blackhawks.
But no details on what happened, why he went to the Blackhawks to say, look, this guy
he went to the Blackhawks because somebody on the team molested him, and the coaches, nobody did anything about it.
Right. Yeah.
So he was a player. This wasn't just some dude wandering around, picking up towels. He's one of the players. And how a video coordinator got him must have been a winger. But the commissioner and everybody else is all there in this big discussion on the whole thing, and it's turning into this big. So it begs the question, who's responsible? And I know if Brady told, geez, I got sexually molested by one of the promo guys. And that's all you said.
Yeah.
I don't know that. Unless you sat me down and said,
what do you mean by
seriously, this is real and something needs to be done.
Yeah.
I think if you just mentioned it to me, I might just brush it off also. I'd be like, are you serious? Or if you're just kind of, I don't know how. To me, it all comes back to how he told the team or how he told the coaches. This happened. The videographer just nailed me against my will. I'm or what do you want to do about it? I really don't know how I'd handle that. And then, so now you're completely responsible 11 years later for this whole thing falling apart. And I guess that's the Joe Paterno angle.
Yeah.
That's
because
so I'm guessing this player isn't the enforcer on the team?
He is, or the videographer should have been on the team.
Right.
I mean, you can
of all the players, like in the hockey, the experience of even joking around.
Oh,
I mean,
they hate that stuff. We've goofed around with hockey players before. You make a gay joke, and they're like, all right, enough of the queer stuff. Like, they get weird about it. Because I remember we had to do a promo where they sat on either side of me.
We were like, it's a double date.
Yeah, and there's one here, and I'm sitting there, and I'm like, hey, everybody, and I'm waving my hands up and down over their crotch, like when I'm talking, like my hand gestures look like I'm giving them the cross-country ski trip. All right, that's enough, right? Don't do that again. All right, knock it off. Hilarious, but no, man, we're on tape, right? So like, I'm here with, and I would get my hands like right above them. I'd be like, whatever. You have beautiful hair. Just all I would do is just like just try to loosen them up. And then they laugh and they'd be like, okay, none of that gay stuff though, right? No, don't worry about it. I'm not going to do that anymore. And they would laugh, but then they were nervous because it was on tape. So you're joking. Little did I know that was going on in hockey, for God's sakes. But that's the kind of thing where you're like, who is everyone responsible? Who knew? Because, I mean, I look back at the Paterno thing at Penn State. And I look at an old man being told this is going on near you, as shut down and repressed sexually as the generation Joe Paterno came from. That news scared the hell out of him. And it's easier for him to just say, I don't talk about those things. Make it go away. And they did.
Yeah.
And they did. And then for 20 years after that, it was a non-factor. And that's what an old man would do. That's what a man in his age group and his stature would be like. People handle this and get this away from me. I don't deal with it.
What do you hear from bosses a lot of times? Don't let it end up on my plate.
Don't get it on my desk.
Take care of it.
Yeah.
And so, unfortunately, the way that thing works, if you are made aware of it, now you're in the loop.
Yeah. So are you responsible? Like, can you lose your job 11 years later in another place?
I don't necessarily, I don't know.
And they're fine in the Blackhawks. That makes sense. You guys didn't take that seriously. So now you got to take every allegation seriously, which means now allegations are...
And that's what's happening now in the
You're
corporate
guilty.
world.
Yeah, exactly.
An allegation is now...
Well, it's been that way for a few years,
Right.
hasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Asked
But now
Sean
you're
Watson.
looking at like...
Remark.
Because right now, you could have told me something I didn't think about 5 years ago.
You don't give a second
My God, I
thought
hope
to.
that works out for you.
Mm-hmm.
And I leave, and they're like, my immediate supervisor, the bosses that knew, everybody didn't say a word. And I don't know that you're telling me, help me do this. You're just telling me a situation.
And I've been harboring this for however long, too.
Right. And I don't know if it's weird, but that's a touchy thing. Like, that is a strange situation to be part of. And so I'm watching that, and I'm like, man, and this is where cancel culture gets confused with real stuff. Where people think that words are the thing. But this is a different situation, because you can see why I'd be like, well, maybe this guy shouldn't be around him. Or maybe if you find out later that he buried it, which is what they're investigating. That's really awful.
Is there a statute of limitations on that or anything?
You know what? With repressed memory things, when they brought that up, and that came up in that Seekers documentary, when the lady didn't remember anything and then all of a sudden went to therapy and all these memories came flooding back. We passed the statute of limitations.
Aren't certain states different, too?
Yeah, some have different laws, but that repressed memory thing became an argument in court. Like, can that be real? Because basically the statute of limitations starts over from the day you start remembering.
I mean, legally, maybe statute of limitations, but obviously nowadays with the world we live in, it's obviously not going to go away in the public's mind. Nope. So you're screwed either way.
That's the bigger thing. What's the public perception? Yep. Yeah, because you can get look. OJ was not convicted of murder. He's a murderer,
right?
I mean, it's all court of public opinion. You're absolutely right. It's the internet made it 10 times worse. Alec Baldwin is going to have a hard time being in movies again without this.
Don't start that.
I know, because our friend Ted will go nuts. But it's true. I mean, you start getting there are people now on this weird he should be in jail thing, and they're talking. I just think it's a tragic accident. Like, somebody's probably going to go to jail for negligence and being idiots on that set. But you're right. Public opinion is not that cut and dry thing. It's like some people will think this and some people will think that, and that usually kind of sifts out into one common opinion, which is, oh, he's the killer. It's terrible.
I mean, the main reason the big thing on that Alec Baldwin deal is admitting, okay, where'd the mistake go? Because the mistake camp is the one that comes up with the check.
Right. Oh, yeah, that's true. But you get it.
Because if he handed, the guy today, the prop guy said, I handed it to him. I did not check it before I handed it to him.
Well, he did. And that's an even bigger mistake. Because he checked it and he messed up. And now they're like, oh, this guy's had problems. Everybody's on a witch hunt.
Yeah.
But think about it. I say the words John Gruden. Oh, scandal. Tom Brenneman. You don't think Reds announcer for 30 years, Fox Football. Nope. Whoops. He's the guy that said the homo F word. They'll always have that tag. And it'll take a long time to get over those. And those are just words. Those are just people that goofed speaking. You get involved in this kind of stuff. Yikes. So it basically becomes, we go back to that thing that Brett's going to hate hearing. And sometimes it's real, sometimes it's not. But that take every tattle incredibly seriously. If somebody tells you something that somebody else did, whether you believe it or not, that has got to be like the God's honest truth at that moment. And you have to run to your supervisor and say, "Hey, Brett, I know, but that's the difference in the way." That's why Italians have always been. I sat down for 5 years because I'm not going to say a word about it.
Stop glorifying rats.
She wouldn't do 5 years for me.
Yeah,
yeah. You glorify, but is it being a rat if it's like a real thing?
Yeah, it's not your business.
But they made it your business.
But it's not your business, so you stay out of that business.
But if somebody came to you at work and said, this person is actually like harassing me.
That's a little different.
Go to somebody else.
Is it? Go
to somebody else. Don't come to me about that.
This is what we need Brett for. Because that's
you don't want to get involved.
Best possible answer.
Right. It's none of my business.
You're going to lose a friend, but you're not going to lose your job.
Nowadays,
that's an excellent way to look at it. Hey, I don't want to know anything about that.
Yeah,
but now you do. What if they're like, now you know, you've got to help me, you've got to help me.
If you're superior, you can't do that.
Absolutely you can't. Right. If they're your underling, you have to eat it.
I get that. I mean,
if you're an equal peer, maybe you could get away with it. Like, don't bring it to my. I don't want to hear anything.
Go talk to Susie. I don't want to hear anything about it.
Take it to HR. Yeah. This is not my business.
Whoa. Shut it.
And
now.
then maybe the proper thing for something like that, if someone went to Brett, is to go to HR and say, I don't want anything to do with this. And she laid this on my lap. It's yours now. Can I get paperwork saying I'm out? That I didn't do a thing. Like, she told me some stuff. She needs to talk to you. I'm not giving you details. I don't know anything. Or do you just play dumb?
Deal?
Or you cut a deal. Or that's cutting a deal with the feds, isn't it? You're right. He's right. When you think of it from the Sopranos mob mentality, you go down your talk. Hey, look.
And we come in the next morning.
I know a lot.
Like, where's Brett?
I don't know. Right. That is cutting a deal with HR is the exact same thing as when somebody flips.
Yep.
Oh my God. The whole thing's based on mob business plan.
It's the way of the world.
And you can get set up on that.
Yeah, you can.
You can get set up on somebody trying to set you up as...
We can make life miserable for you.
I'll say to Brett that this person did something to me, and if he doesn't do anything about it, he's in. Oh, baby, this is a mess. That's right. That's why you just don't talk to anybody at work anymore. Get in there, head down, do your job. If a woman tries to speak to you, say those magic words we coined years ago. Acknowledge, female. And then just back to your keyboard. That's it. Wow. Yeah, I don't want anything to do with that. And I've had people tell me stuff. Like, I had this happen and this happened and this happened. They've like confided in me.
You know what you hear,
and you feel bad like telling them no. And I haven't. Like I've been on the other side. And I give the advice of basically saying, hey, you need to handle this with your authority. Like there's nothing I can do.
You're like Dr. Melfi of Hubbard. Everybody seems to come with you with this stuff.
I do kind of get that. And I don't know why. I'm not like tender. Maybe it's because they think I'm going to shoot them straight. Yeah. Maybe. I don't know. But you're right. I get a lot of people like, I need to talk to you about something that's happening at work. And I'm like, who are you? By the way, what's your name? Kyle? When did I ever know a Kyle? All right, go ahead, Kyle. I got fingered by someone at KDKB. Well, that's part of the job interview at KDKB. I'm pretty sure that's what they do to everybody over there. I've been fingered by a couple of them just walking down the hall accidentally. I used to hang out with Ian, for God's sakes. I thought it was on a chair. It was just a giant finger. It was very comfortable after a couple of days. KDKB's going to finger you. Next. Your hour's up. But you're right. Brett's right. Man, I never thought of HR as the FBI cutting deals. Because you go down there, hey, look.
I want to do that.
I got some information, but I'm not willing. I need you to tell me right now I'm off the hook, and then I'll move on. That's cutting a deal. He's right. I always put HR way down in like even ours. And I think Susie's awesome, our HR lady. But her office is always like you got to walk by everybody to go to her. So I don't ever go down there because it's like if anybody sees me going in there, like, oh,
it's like you hear taps playing in the background while you're walking.
It's a Green Mile. It's a Green Mile to her office. Even when I just go in there and she's got like delicious York peppermint patties.
Got that cool refrigerator.
Yeah, she's got a great office and cool stuff, and she's cool. But walking past everybody, I got to go see HR. It's the Green Mile. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's everybody's like, oh, dead man walking. Damn it. There's a big gap between the office next to hers and hers. So, once you pass that second to last door, where
there's no going back.
No going back.
See, I like going down there and popping in there real quick. And then when I come out of the door, I'm always crying.
Yeah.
Walking down the...
With my pants in my hands. Susie's getting away with murder down there. Pretty awesome. But yeah, it's an interesting story because I think it's got some strange legs to it. And the strangest part, and nobody really wants to talk about this, is how a videographer, and this is our image of the machismo or the pro athlete's reputation, is you look at how in the world did a hockey player ever get sexually molested?
Yeah, that's why they play it off.
Right, exactly. So you're like, that's not a videographer. And most videographers.
Shake it off.
By name, you think videographers. I'm thinking of Dom.
Yeah.
Our videographer. He looks like Barney Rubble. If he tried to sexually molest me, first off, he's the one getting molested. By the end of it, I'm rolling over. I'm going to get him. If you want to play that game, you're going to lose. And Dom could probably be strong because he's short, thick, that stout base. He might wrestle me for a little while. He's not going in.
Those Barney Rubble feet he ain't going down easy.
Oh, no. He's going to be a tackle. But if he gets me on the ground, we're rolling over, and the next thing you know, this molestation has done a 180 because I'm going in Dom. If you want to play that game, all right, now we're just having sex.
Unless Dom went by, he was getting his ankles taped, the other player, and he fell asleep during, being on the bed and wakes up, and there's Dom.
There could be some of that.
He's like, no, stop.
Yeah.
This is pretty good.
Like the dude's rubbing his dork while he was doing something else. Yeah. I don't know what sexual molestation means. I assume it's a full-out, like meat and potatoes rape. But you start to wonder, and then to be a hockey player and have to, that's brave.
And to be also, like you said, as a guy, and you didn't want that, resistance you'd think it would be easy to knock it off, and the person would get that.
But it's super brave to go, hey, I am a pro hockey player, and this happened to me, and I'm telling on him. Now, I don't know if it was just a dude who's pissed. Hey, that guy grabbed my dick. This is all, you do something about it. I don't know what the details are of what actually occurred.
Completely duped into doing something.
Right.
I think sexual assault now can even be just an ass or something.
It's with intent, If the guy starts
at a gas station.
Oh, man, you got sexually assaulted.
It wasn't sexual assault.
Yet.
But no, he would have, though. That guy was big.
Is it 9/10 of the law or something?
No, that's possession. If I had a stick in my hand.
No, that's possession.
Well, when it comes to twink, I don't know.
No, Brad. If I had a stick in my hand, that would have been mine.
Within minutes, it's in my hand.
9/10 of that was mine. And that's all that I'm taking. I'm not going full 100 on the first day. I think maybe, I don't know what I was oozing at that gas station, but the dude liked it. And I should be so lucky.
I like how the guy whose fingers are akimbo in swimming pools is so worried about all
statute of limitations and stuff. That's true. 8th grade Brett is
statute of limitations.
There you way go, up on that. You didn't tell me then.
Hey, come and get me.
Oh, yeah.
Nobody ever heard from her again.
Those fingerprints you have are really tiny compared to mine. Yeah, but they match those.
If the glove don't fit,
look,
you must have quit.
Different hands.
OJ had it right.
If the body glove, don't fit, because it was the 80s. If the body glove don't fit, Brett's walking, baby. You got these baby fingerprints. This don't count.
Jesus, talking about repressed memories. Think about Brady's aunt.
Oh, my God.
Just topless. That's what he remembers.
That's a great point. And I've many times had to bring Brady's repressed memories out of what really happened to him. I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. You realize how little sense that makes.
Your aunt was topless?
Yeah, his aunt got in a hot tub with him, took her beautiful cans off. And the worst part of that, beautiful. The worst part of that story is
great.
When Brady told it the first time, he thought he was telling a bunch of friends a normal story, and he goes, "My aunt, who has a real nice figure." I'm like, whoa, that part's weird. And then she takes her top off at a family outing.
Yeah,
in the hot tub with a couple of kids.
Wow.
What was it? Has the uncle took you to go see Cream?
No, we went and saw Bread.
Bread, that's right.
Yeah.
The uncle took you to your first show, Bread.
Yeah, because it was a music project for his son.
Right, that's what you say. And then
it was just he and I.
His wife hops into the hot tub and tops down.
Yep, Uncle Frank's in there, and me and Jeff, her son.
And you're like 12.
No, we were seniors in high school.
Oh, worse.
Whoa.
So you were sexually capable.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That story gets worse every time.
We got out. Whoa! Hot tub changing.
But he kept saying, "It's no big deal. She's just having a good time." Aunts don't take tops off in front of nephews. It just
she had sunburn, you know.
If I ever saw my aunt's cans, I would call the Blackhawks and I would make a complaint. Like, I've been sexually assaulted by my own aunt. And the Blackhawks would be like, we're going to take this very seriously. You don't need that. I'd be going to Katrina every day. And then Aunt Ray's cans came out, and I can't see that kind of stuff. It's burned. It's burned in my mind. This is going to hurt a lot of people's ear. If you got a spoon in your hand full of Cheerios, put it down for a second. First time I saw Mama Bush was the worst day of my life when my mom's thing came around, and I was about head height to it. Oh, burned in my memory when Mom came around the corner, and I was eye to the beast with my origin.
Like, what's this? Num.
Yeah, no.
Brady!
Christ!
Take a lap.
You're out.
You're out for the day. You're out. You know what? I don't even need the Guy Fieri thing.
Yeah, go start tailgating.
You're done.
Start tailgating.
You're all done. Yeah, go with your friends and enjoy. I hope you overload on Valley Luna. You know what I hope they do? I hope you confuse your Red Mountain shot today with Dr. Fixler, and you get happy ending.
Yes.
I hope. Dr. Fixler, Brady needs his weight loss shot today. He's going to eat 14 pounds of burritos. Yes, I'm calling happy endings. They're going to show up when I'm putting you down.
Again.
I'm putting you down because I'm telling you right now, I was scarred by the memory of Mama Bush, and then you numb it. Are you ridiculous? Are you ridiculous right now?
Yes.
Mama! Mama Bush. Oh. I hate you. I hate you. I don't like your family anymore. I root for everything to go wrong for you. I hope your paychecks bounce. I hate you. Now it was different because the first time I was eye to the beast of the thing that created me with my dad that time, because he was trying to teach me how to take a shower. I guess that's a dad thing. Toledo, you would know from your dad, but as a dad,
yeah,
you don't like when your son takes a bath after a while.
No, yeah, I wouldn't.
The crossover from bath to shower.
When he's really young, you bring him in the shower with you because you got to wash him too, especially after the divorce, and all that.
He's very dirty after the divorce.
Well, you can't. There's a rule about leaving them alone in a bathtub or in a shower, and all that. So you got.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah, apparently.
They have paperwork on that.
Apparently. Yeah.
So when you're a single parent, you can't leave your kid alone in the bathtub.
Well,
what, are they going to open their veins?
Are they going down?
Oh, well, there's that.
Yeah,
well, you should be. Well, that's babies, though. We're talking real young. I'm talking, like, how old did you and Alex shower together?
It was like a year and a half.
Oh, he's only one?
Yeah.
See, my dad did only like 4 or 5 because I was taking baths.
God. No.
I was taking baths way less. He was being driven nuts. He goes, "You're just sitting in your own filth." And you get mad. I'm like, "I don't like showers. I don't like that water hitting me." And he's like, "You're taking a shower."
It's just because the time period, when they get to a certain age, like Kirby, it's like you need to start taking showers now.
Sure.
Because you get in the bathtub, it'd be
gross.
An hour, and they're messing around. You got
and
things to
shivering.
do.
You got things to do.
Yeah.
Well, how old did you but what age was that?
Kirby wanted to take baths but she's
a girl.
8 or 9, probably.
And girls get the pass on baths.
Absolutely.
I think.
And you don't need to monitor her baths after like age 5. Maybe
no,
6,
not
right?
really.
Yeah.
But every now and then, all of a sudden,
you don't want to leave the house.
You've been in there for an hour.
Yeah, you're not going to leave the house while they're hanging around in the tub. You're like, get out of there.
Yeah.
But my dad made me go take a shower because he was tired of, like, you're not going to soak in a tub. But I think Brett's right. Girls get a pass because he never did. And my sister never got the "you're taking showers" talk. It was a man thing to take showers. And I stood there and went eye to the beast of that thing, too. Ugh. And then right at it, I was after it like, immediately. I'm like, all right, come on. You didn't see that coming right down the road? Come on. That thing had its turn signal on in our parking lot for like a half hour. Come on. That joke was backing up. It had to reload. Please, that was right in front of you.
I was also in the, my generation as far as working out, like the Athletic Club of Columbus. They're open showers.
You guys shower.
And there'd be, if you're playing basketball and everything, family showers. Not
family showers are not.
Whoa, that's
fathers with their sons. They're
open.
They're open shower that had like 20 shower heads in it. Just a big room.
But you don't call it family shower. That's another laugh. You're going to be running all over the place. It's a good thing you got a lot of food coming your way later today.
The way you'd shower up and stuff, think up like circus elephants and walk around.
John, don't worry about this. I got it. I've gathered up Brady's angel wings. I've gathered his harp. I just chucked him out of heaven. Signed God.
Yeah, your locker is empty. Your heaven locker has been emptied out. And you know what? Making room for me because I'm just better. I'm a better person than you. Stroke, Mama Bush. What's next? He tried to kill a Salvador Dali owner with a stroke wish. And God gave you that one. And then you repay him with this? When's the first time you saw your mom's thing? You remember. Everyone remembers. I saw my grandma naked in the bathtub and I can remember the smell in the room, not because of her.
Whoa.
Because it was like ivory soap. But fresh cut grass. Like if I smell ivory soap, it takes me back to that day my grandma and those giant pancakes were sitting in that tub, and I swung the door open in the bathroom. I don't know what that is. And she had that, she smoked Eve cigarettes. And I just heard, as the door closed, I'm like, this is The Shining. I've never seen it yet. She was a fat version of the lady in The Shining. Oh, not the good one either, the one it turns into. It was horrendous seeing Isabel naked. Horrendous.
Brett, answer.
When did you see your mom?
I don't know. I think 3 or 4.
But you remember it.
Yeah,
see, I think that's
I don't think you can't not remember.
Yeah, I think that's when your memories start. When you first see your mom in the bush. Yeah, I think that's because everybody's like, I don't remember anything until I was 2 or 3. And that's usually right around the time you're like, good Lord, what's that? So your eyes focus on things and you kind of know what things are. You know what a PP is. You know what a TT is.
Oh, Christ, you might be right.
I think that's when people's memories begin, is the first time they see something like that. Like, I'm never forgetting. Your brain's like, we have to start stockpiling information. And your brain starts to remember because it is burned in. And you're like, what else do you remember at age 2 and 3? I broke my leg when I was 2.
Bush index.
Yeah, that's right.
3.5.
Right. How old were you when you saw Bunny's nasty bits?
Probably around that.
Yeah. And you don't remember anything, but you remember that.
Oh, yeah.
That thing was gigantic, I bet. Not like
Sarlacc.
I'm just saying that had not been trimmed. She was of the generation that thing just grew and grew.
It was
big.
All of our moms.
The Everglades.
All of our moms were of that generation.
The Everglades. That's why Brady loves wildlife. Yeah. A bird shot out of there.
Wow. Wild America.
Is that a monarch?
Nom. Brady likes the biddy. Brady wants more biddy.
Anyway, so yeah, I remember that. I don't know. What were we talking about?
I don't even know.
I don't either, but it's awful.
Sexual harassment.
Yeah, that's right. I've been sexually harassed. I got to call the Blackhawks.
I feel like I have been during this conversation.
Well, look, it's not good. How did we get off on that topic?
From the Blackhawks.
Yeah, I know, but I don't remember there's got to be a bridge from there to this. I don't remember what it was.
Black ant in the hot tub.
Ant in the hot tub. Oh,
HR.
Yeah. That's right. Yeah. That's right. Went right back to Brady's disgusting family. That's right. Your aunt got in there in the hot tub. But yeah, I can't imagine. My aunt, again, I have several aunts. I've never seen any of them nude. And if I did, I'd lose my mind. I would lose my mind. Even at age 49.
Well, I would hope so. More at 49.
I've seen a lot. Like
I've
been through Nam, man.
It's got more meaning now.
Does it? Well, not like she's coming on to me, but if
I'm not saying that.
Because I'm an adult now, she might hop in the hot tub and think it's like, well, there's no threat here, and go
Brady's
cans
the only
out.
one that has to worry about the nom.
Yeah. How's that aunt how'd her cans turn out? Is she still with us?
She is.
And?
Yeah. She's doing well.
She still have a nice figure, which no nephew should ever say.
For 82, yeah.
Oh, no kidding. Upright is a nice figure at 82. She's bipedal. That's a nice figure.
Yeah.
So she was in her 40s when the hot tub happened then, probably.
Oh,
right?
Yeah.
God. That's even worse. Nobody wants to see a 40-year-old woman naked. I'm kidding.
That's why 40-year-olds are naked.
That's right. With kids.
Expired.
These boys will really enjoy these flap tracks. Nobody wants to see them anymore. Have to force them on family. Was the kid her son?
Yeah.
Oh, for Christ's sake, the story gets worse. Did she have bikini bottoms on or anything?
Yeah.
Yeah. Was it just hanging out the sides like a Black Crowes cover?
No.
Okay.
No, you couldn't see any of the, it's the hot tub's bubbling.
Oh, she got in. You didn't see her get in. She was just in there.
We were already in, and then she climbed
That's what I'm
in.
saying.
And about a couple minutes
saw the
into
bikini.
it. Yeah.
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 You didn't take a look at any stray hairs?
No, it was dark.
Puffing out.
It was at night.
Most of it's dark.
And that was dark, too.
Yeah.
Hey, Brady, I'm curious. Looking to do some bathroom reno. How does Kirby shower? You got to make room for those feet. I need to make them in mine as well.
She's bathtub. She got 2 bathtubs.
Can't do the bathtub?
Yeah. Well, each bathtub is a foot.
There's no step up.
Yeah.
We don't want to trip
No,
it.
God, no. You don't have a big enough room for that. Hey, old pirate, I need a walk-in shower, and I need it to be about 16 feet wide and 12 feet long. A nice box.
Okay. John, I never showered with my mom. I always showered with my sister and her friend when I was young.
I've been in the tub with my sister, and I think a friend. There's 3 of us in a tub once, and there's only 2 kids, so I don't remember who the third kid was. I think it was my cousin Kelly.
Way young.
I think my cousin Kelly. Yeah, it was like 3 and 5. And I used to climb in that bathtub, and I'd have Lego men, and I'd do like diving, and like I played with Legos in the bathtub, and I had a boat. I had toys. You give me toys, I played around.
Yeah, that's why you're there forever.
Yeah, and then the water would turn kind of gray.
Yep.
Get out.
You have the ring.
Yeah, I remembered the
Tub
water
ring.
being a little gray, and I'm like, but I never thought I'm dirtier getting out of this than I am getting. Dad's like, you're not. We're taking a shower, so I just
You're
remember.
a junior in high school.
Yeah, I still love a bath. Baths are nice.
know.
I went out and bought one of them at the other house. I had that jacuzzi bathtub in the house. I'd sit in that thing until the water froze. It was magnificent.
I thought you yelled at Brady for taking a bath at the hotel with the jets
Well,
on.
the only
Because
reason
I
I took a
drained
bath
it
at
in
him,
the
yeah,
jet.
because he left the jets on,
Oh, okay.
and the thing was empty. So
I
like,
thought I turned them off.
well, the worst
How do
part
you
of
not
this
hear that when you're in the
because
bathroom?
they
They're
were
off.
intermittent.
Yeah.
So they every like 10, 12 minutes they go off. So he dries off, gets out. He's in bed in seconds, dying because it was before the CPAP. So I'm listening to him just take his last few breaths. And then a less unappealing noise. The bathtub goes and blows just air into an empty tub. And I'm like, Jesus Christ, what'd you do in there?
I must have left the jets on.
Oh, okay. I mean, you're not going to get up and turn those off?
Sleep.
I'll go do it, I guess.
You get that, Agador?
I'm not good enough for that.
I remember yelling at you, get up and turn those off.
Oh, he's serious.
John, I'd like to applaud you for this year for telling us that you've tried therapy out and that it's
Yeah.
basically done very well.
Oh, yeah.
After every story for 20 years that I've heard from Brady, how has he not admitted that he's in therapy?
Admitted he's admitting with each story that he needs it.
Yeah.
He's not in it. This is stuff you'd like have to rectify. But the problem is he's lived his life smiling. Why go have some therapist tell him that everything that's happened to him is a crime?
Okay.
He doesn't know. You're better off that way.
I blame it on people.
Brady lives a better life not knowing the reality of things. I hated to tell him that his
not
dad
facing
was
the
a philandering communist for 6 years. That was tough to say, but I mean, he never looks at that side of the
La
story.
Revolution.
Yeah. Brady never sees the Brady.
And he seemed to turn out pretty good
Yeah.
for the most part.
You're a face value.
Yeah.
You like the face value story. There's no reason to dig. I've been cursed with
gotta
an
dig.
inquisitive mind of saying none of this makes any sense. Like, why is he in Cuba during the revolution?
Never thought of the revolution.
How do you not think of the revolution during the revolution?
I didn't ask.
Oh, Christ. So now I got to ask the question. And it's a curse. I live a much, I wouldn't want your life at all because it would scare me. But I live a much more...
Knowing what you know.
Oh, the gray areas of my world are so dark and strange, and you don't have those. It's a better way to live, even though he's going to die from a massive heart attack because he's repressed so much.
The memories die with him.
But you know what? He's going to
Please let that happen.
that heart attack's going to be included with a Valley Luna gift card and
and
the
a
grill.
great
It
day
could
at the
happen
game.
tonight, and that's the way he wants to go. The Mama Cass exit. He's got food in his hand while he's laying on the ground. As long as the EMTs find Brady with a Sammy in his hand.
All right, guys, you want trauma?
No.
Here's mine. I don't recall ever seeing my mom's bush road trip, but on a road trip, I do remember stopping for a restroom break, just me and her. And I remember her saying the bathroom was so disgusting that she had to do some business in the car and just told me to close my eyes.
I was 21 years old, or 24 years old, and heard my mom pee in a Pepsi can.
What?
In a car. It was rough. My dad wouldn't pull over. It was bad.
That's pretty.
We're going to be late.
That's
special
some,
there.
That's some control.
A Pepsi can.
I'm impressed.
Oh,
And let me just tell you this.
she's precise.
Not only precise, the lady had a flow. That can was taking a beating. Like there was a strong
Were you
river.
laughing?
I was throwing up, I think. I was hanging out there. We were on the I-10 just outside Palm Springs, and the traffic was stopped. And my mom wouldn't stop talking about having to pee. My dad used to make all the kids go in cans. He wouldn't pull over for us at all.
Bob.
I didn't
Pull over at all?
No. You peed in a can. I never. The reason I can go trip and never pee is because I was trained.
And the problem is you stopped probably 20 minutes
You stopped
ago.
already, and then
Yeah,
somebody else got to pee. My dad would tell you, that's it. This was the stop.
Yeah.
If you think you're empty, go try again, because I'm not doing it again. No, we never took road trips more than like 7-8 hours before there was like a destination. But for some reason, an hour in, every girl in the car had to go. And that was it. The morning was it. But we were in traffic. There was no getting out. It was a dead halt for some. And Palm Springs, that I-10 will do that. And we were rolling just outside. I think we were just outside of Beaumont. We just past the mall and stuff. And so it was over. There's
and you
no
got to
exit.
carry that can for a while.
No, we threw it out the window.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, we got rid of it. No, look,
Fill and bail.
it's worse. If the cops came and said, we just watched you litter, it's $450 fine. It's like, better than having it in the car. Here's your money. Gross. But, yeah, I listened to my mom pee in a Pepsi can, and that is impressive because it's only 12 ounces of, like, you'd think you'd overflow that. I told you the story about how I tried to pee in Gatorade bottles on my drive to L.A. so I didn't have to stop, fill the tank, and I didn't have to stop. And I'm like, if I ever have to. So I drank 2 giant bottles of Gatorade like an idiot and realized that day what you put in is almost exactly what comes out. And I filled that thing on the fly at Desert Center, and it started to just spray out. And if you're going to do that, get the wide mouth Gatorades. That ain't bragging, but my wiener's about the same size as what goes into that middle Gatorade bottle, and it creates like a vacuum effect when you're putting it in. And so when I popped it out, it floated around like I was in the space shuttle. There's pee all over me. Might as well not use the bottle at all.
At least it's your own.
And I just laughed hysterically for another 10 miles. Like, this is the dumbest. Why don't I just pull over? So I was trying to make time.
That was my dad because he was a truck driver, and I remember driving to Chicago one time, and he's like, "We're not stopping
from here.
Here's a bottle." Yep. Well, we stopped, eventually, but I mean,
devil.
And then my mom started beating the hell out of him to pull over at one point because she wasn't going to do the Pepsi can.
Yeah. Well, my mom was a trooper.
She's impressed. I'm impressed, man.
You should see that thing. It's pretty amazing. I've seen it. I've seen it. You're allowed. You're not related. She's single if you're interested. Gross. You guys are
You're
gross.
interested.
Hey, if you want. My mom could do worse. I like Brett. Worst thing is my mom starts dating a guy I don't like, and she's in her 70s.
I'll be a good stepdad.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind Brett. Hey, look, I got your best interests in mind as your father. All I want to do is make your mama happy. And man, oh man, do I make her happy. Oh, baby. Oh. She's not much of a cook, but I love eating with her, if you know what I mean. Anyway, let's get back to real things. Start talking like normal human beings. Tonight's game is huge. J.J. Watt out for the season. Cardinal fans, if you bought the jersey,
enjoy it.
If the Cardinals do anything this year, substantial, and J.J. Watt is not in for the rest of this year, let's say the Cardinal, let's just hypothetically jump out and say they go all the way.
Right.
Is J.J. Watt a Cardinal? Like in lure? Is it
right?
Is it
yes?
Yeah?
Because look at what they do. I still see people at the games with Emmitt Smith jerseys.
That's ridiculous. That's almost a joke. Like,
but if they go all the way
there.
and he's got 7 games under the belt, what's the cutoff on that? Does he get a ring?
Oh, you get a ring if you're. Yeah, you get a ring.
I thought if you go on the IR,
if you get traded. No, if you're on the practice squad, all of them, they all get rings. Yeah. If you're part of the team at all during the season, you get a ring. But is he a Cardinal? You know what I mean? Like, is he a Cardinal? More importantly, now there's a roster spot open. Does Larry Fitzgerald come back?
No.
You don't think so?
That's been the rumor.
If D-Hop goes out, then he's back.
That roster spot opens for JJ. And if this team wins tonight and they're 8-0, I think Larry comes back.
Really?
Yeah. I think Larry Legend comes back. I think it's a great PR move. It makes people forget that they're big, gigantic. We signed this guy, and we all know that he gets injured. This makes everybody like, oh, my God, and now we've got a slot receiver who might be the best receiver besides Jerry Rice to ever play the game, and he's just a throw-in. That's a good move by the Cardinals. I think they can PR their way out of this. But the J.J. Watt signing now becomes, and I know it's early, a giant question mark, especially if that side of the line is no longer, run stopping or creating the havoc that J.J. was making. He wasn't getting numbers. His stats don't show it, but the dude was disruptive.
Again, they could be happy with they got to 7 games.
Again, it's a pretty common story for J.J. Watt that he doesn't finish seasons. But the money they paid, substantial. And they got 2 years? Was that what a 2-year signing? I don't remember if they got him for 2 or 3.
Yeah, 2, I think.
So, and then he's got to come back from a shoulder surgery again. He's got the pec surgery, he had the triceps. He's got a lot of stuff go wrong. So, but if they win tonight, they are in the driver's seat for the NFC for a while. Because I don't think they play the Bucs this year, right?
No.
So then it just becomes no slip-ups because you bump the Packers out of the way. They become 6-2. That's technically a 3-game lead on them. You got the Rams. You already got them, so you got a 2-game lead on them. Unless they beat you next time, then you're dead even. It's an interesting game. Like there's a lot laying on this for a midseason game, and it's huge. And Brady will be outside of it, covered in beans and barbecue sauce, and moaning with a CPAP on while the game's on in his RV. Yeah, I wouldn't want to go in there. Brady's fever dream is coming true tonight. Are you going to actually? I picture you right now just in a recliner alone in an RV, coated in Valley Luna and the stink of mess, just going,
"You can take me. That's enough. We're good here."
Writing a little letter to Kirby about how much you love her, but this is the last day of your life because how does it get better than this?
Oh, Lord.
Valley Luna and Barbecue Island invited Brady to the game. But your J.J. Watt jersey now, is it an Emmitt Smith signing at this point? I know it's real early because it's a day.
Or Edgerrin James.
You got a legit
it's
argument.
That kind of same thing.
It's a real thought to say this was just a stopgap and it didn't really amount to much.
The difference, though, is Emmett was cushioning
Emmett was
numbers.
going for numbers.
J.J. wasn't.
But J.J. came over now. If this team does something, it's without him now.
He did it to make a run.
Right, but is the run hit? Is he part of it in the lore?
Would you give him the 7 games that he's done?
He's done a lot. They're 7-0, and he's a reason why.
I would say he's earned it.
Because in the past, this is the type of thing the Cardinals would put him in the Ring of Honor.
Right.
They'd be like, "Oh, he's a name. He's a name." They'll do something stupid.
For 2 years.
Yeah,
that's what I'm.
Nah,
the big free agent.
If they did, if both years were Super Bowl wins, maybe.
But he's not on the team. Is my point.
Well, I'm saying if he rallies up, but he's
but
gone,
even if he doesn't,
it's not 2 years now because he's gone for.
Yeah. Well, the good news for me, Cardinal fans, is we still have the better, healthier Watt. Pittsburgh Steelers, T.J. Watt, clearly the one you want.
So far, wasn't he dinged up too?
He had a minor hamstring. He missed one game. Doesn't miss whole seasons. Knock on wood. That's going to happen now.
Way to go.
Yeah. Well, it doesn't matter. This season, I'd like him to get hurt and not play this year because it's the less wear and tear for when they actually are trying. Instead of having that statue at quarterback. I know, Steeler fans. I'm still down. They might go on a run here. The bad news is the Steelers might win the next 3 because they got the Browns all dinged up. They play the Bears and then the Lions. So there's a good chance not necessarily guaranteed, that they can end up 6-3 out of this and start making some sort of weird play for something and end up with a middling draft pick. And then the statue is hard to replace. Anyway, football. Big night for the NFL. If I was you, if I worked on the west side today, and I'd leave work about 11:30, start feigning COVID. Start faking COVID at work to just go, man, I can't taste or smell a thing, and get the hell out of there because that thing is going to be a nightmare.
You want to talk about schedules? I don't want to jinx you, Cardinal fans, but your schedule isn't exactly looking tough.
No, you're going to walk. It's a walk away from here.
You got maybe the Rams again, and then you got the Cowboys. Other than that, you got the Seahawks twice. You got the Bears. Sorry, Brett.
Walk in the park.
Panthers, 49ers again after this game on a 10-day rest.
All division games are always tough, though.
Yeah.
You never know what that 49er team's going to do. Anyway.
But still, doesn't that set up for the ultimate disappointment in the playoffs?
That's what you're hoping for as a Seahawks fan.
Oh, completely. I love seeing the glory and then just going down in flames.
I feel bad for J.J. Watt, though, because
I do
especially because he got hurt during a Texans game. If that's the one that takes him out, it's like,
a good year.
It's just that karma that the Texans have always ruined his otherwise brilliant career.
It is wild.
They show up, and he's like, that'll be the last game he plays for the year, and maybe a shoulder injury can linger. I don't know. He's a tough dude, though. We'll see. What do you got on the big board of musical treats over there, Bert?
All right, Wake Up Song brought to you guys by our buddies over there at Action Ride Shop. They're going to be hooking you guys up this season with all the bikes you can handle. They just got a boatload in, so check them out at actionrideshop.com. Actual bikes.
Yeah.
Cool. Even the e-bikes. So if you're getting a little lazy there, no problem. We got you covered there.
If you like going 30 miles an hour on a bicycle easily.
Yeah, just ask Dom about it.
Well, don't ask Dom. Dom didn't know what he was doing. God, that was sad. He fell off of it and broke his ankle.
Hey, Fred!
3 seconds of being on that bike.
They got the Rocky Mountain Pivot, Santa Cruz, you name it, they got it. Best wrenches in town. Doesn't matter if you bought it there or not. They get your bike serviced, and they still have some 5 Alarm Blend coffee for you guys. So check them out again, actionrideshop.com.
That whole Dom thing, going back to the Blackhawks deal, when he busted his ankle, that was because you and I were riding around with the Action Ride Shop for a video we were doing for work.
Yeah.
And Dom was doing the video stuff. Came back. What happened? I don't know. Dom fell off his bike. Did you make him ride the bike? Was it something he had to do? Well, yeah, if he wanted to go where we were going. So he was forced onto the bike. I'm like, I can't force that guy onto anything. You know what I mean. I'm like, I don't know nothing about nothing. I don't know. Hey, I just know Dom fell down. I didn't see it. I wasn't around. You weren't there. Who's Dom?
That's the correct
Who the hell is
response.
Dom? What? The big kid tumbled? I think it was on the stairs.
Where?
You mean that guy that used to work here what?
I don't know.
An hour ago?
Yeah. I don't know. Last I saw him, he was laying in the desert. I don't know. He was next to a really nice bike. Yeah, I don't know. But yeah, you start getting into that. I'm like, am I responsible for Dom falling off his bike because it was our thing? And we did make him ride it. Like, he didn't want to. Remember?
Yeah.
I don't know if I could. Just get on the bike. It's a bicycle. You're a grown-up. Get on the bike. I don't know if I like this.
I don't remember that.
And the next thing you know, I do. And the next thing you know, he's laying there with his ankle, and we had to nurse him back to health on McDowell Road. I remember all that.
I don't remember none.
I got videos of it. I'm like, and we called him names. Remember, we also harassed him. You dummy. You're an adult. You fell off a bicycle. I know. I just didn't know. It's like,
the worst part is he was on pavement, too.
I know. He wasn't even on the dirt.
Yeah, he wasn't even on a trail.
You ate it.
Yeah.
Because you were trying to do jumps.
I was trying to be like one of the action guys and looked like a moron.
Dom was just trying to balance.
Yeah, totally.
Oh, it was great.
I admit it. At least I was trying something. I wasn't on pavement riding a straight line.
He ate it. That day was a failure.
Oh, yeah.
Hilarious. And I just watched Brett eat it, and I'm like, I'm just going to ride down that hill. I'm not doing any of that silly stuff.
All right, so first couple up there on the list was for your Encounter War yesterday. Electric Six Gay Bar.
Yeah, it's done. 8 a.m.
It's Raining Men, Austrian
That's
Death
the
Machine.
one. Pumping and humping.
I don't think I know pumping.
I don't
and
think I
humping
know that one either.
I don't
Austrian
either.
Death
Somebody
Machine.
just requested it, so.
Is that something Arnold said in the movie?
I don't know.
Maybe it could have been from his weightlifting movie. What was that?
The pumping
was
iron.
that?
Pumping
Yeah.
iron.
Out there pumping and humping. Get over there.
Slayer,
maybe, I don't
Stone
remember.
Sour, Killing
Nuts to
Joke,
butts.
Static X.
I'm with Brady.
Dirt
Anthrax.
House for you.
Third House is up. Boy, we did some Static X during band last night. The Night of the Singing Dead. I think you're going to be pretty impressed with Static X. We were all worried, like, I don't know if this is going to be a thing or not. And honestly, there's a chance if you're at the show that you'll watch me pass out trying to sing that. There's a lot going on with that song. And it is a heavy scratch. I get a headache every time. I don't know how Wayne Static died. I don't know why he's dead. I'll tell you that. He was singing his own songs too much. One Static X song
if you've
in the
seen
midst,
him.
like 3 or 4 times last night, just get everything worked out. And by the 4th one, and you can't I'll 50% this one just so you can't do it to a Static X song. You have to do the whole thing. And the screaming in that.
When you doing Push It?
I'm a stupid. And it is a go.
So I grab my shovel.
Yeah, so I grabbed my shovel. We got that on a track, so that's running behind it. But man, oh man, that. You're like, what in the world is coming out of my mouth? And I'm reading it, and I don't know what he's talking about. And then you scream it. So Static X would be, it's worth the price of admission for the charity at the Night of the Singing Dead
You're
Saturday.
going to have no voice come
I was
Monday.
gonna say, you gotta
Best
make
of ready.
That's got to be at the end, right? Static X?
We haven't decided. We're going to decide that today. Well, we got to run through the whole thing a couple times Friday, and I will be pulled way back because doing Static X
blow it
and
out.
Bodies and Slipknot and all the stuff we're yelling, and then mixing that in with some Van Halen and Cinderella, and they're putting me. I'm a gymnast with this set list.
You're going to get the twisties. You better not.
I'm going to Simone Biles the whole thing, and I'll skip out on Def Leppard's "Foolin'" because I get the twisties.
So are you doing Van Hagar or Van
Van
Halen?
Halen. Oh, come on. The other thing doesn't
Just checking.
exist. No, please. Running with the Devil because it's a Halloween thing.
Nice.
Yeah, that's right. And it sounds good. We're good, but there's a lot of screaming. You might watch me pass out. And I'm also in a costume that Deontay Wilder would blame for losing a fight. It's a little heavy. It's going to be fun. It's Saturday night at Copper Blues Live. CopperBluesLive.com is where you get the tickets for the Humane Society and everything else. VIP tables, a couple of them left. Let's fill this place up. Do nice things for a nice group of people and have fun at a Halloween show. You don't have to come in a costume if you don't want to. Oh, and I talked to a girl downstairs who looks like a recently deceased girl, and her husband looks a little bit like a recently deceased guy. And they're
doing it?
Yeah. Well, she's him and Han now, but I said no. Does
he have a bald head?
No,
Or
but
was
we
he going
could
to for effect?
we could make it work. And then I said, and then he could hold his teeth in his hands because they found those like separate from him. And they're going to slow dance while I serenade them. Brian and Gabby, we're going to bring them up on stage.
I'm just trying to think of who we're
You
talking
know
about.
You know who.
I think so.
Yeah, we couldn't use any of those old people. Got to use the young girl down there.
Gotta use the freshie.
So 2.0's
Yeah,
in?
2.0's
Okay.
doing it.
Oh,
Come on.
all right. Okay, I got you.
Those other ladies look like the mother of Gabby. I don't want to give the joke away, but I mean, come on. Can't have Mama Petito up there. No one will get it. Ageism. All right, let's do Pumping and Humping by Austrian Death Machine. Because I was pumping gas. Guy was trying to hump me. I am evidently putting out, I'm doing a good job as a fledgling homosexual, putting out the vibe without realizing I'm putting out the vibe. He had no, are you gay questions.
Congratulations.
I know, I'm pretty proud of it. If that's the first thing I'm reeling in, that's like big fishing with a trout pole, and I pulled in a marlin accidentally. I got to put it back.
You're a rainbow trout.
No, I am. But I accidentally had my line in the water, and I ripped in a shark. I was fishing for bass. I don't even know what I'm doing. And this guy was ripped like a gay dreamboat. A little too big for my taste. I'm not into that stuff. I don't think I'm into him at all, actually. I don't think I'm into guys that much. As a gay guy, that's a tough hurdle, is that I'm not into dudes.
Yeah, like the softer side?
That's a really hard part of being gay, is I don't like guys. So, if we could just, and I don't like masculinity.
You're all the way there. Just don't like dudes.
Yeah, that's it. I'm totally committed, except for that whole dude part. I don't like them. Sexually, I'm totally not interested in men. But being gay, I got to get over that. It's tough. But it's going to keep me employed until Sheba hits a penny, and then who cares? When Sheba goes over a penny, I'm Dan Bilzerian. I'm the straightest man you've ever seen. But until then, super gay. And you can't tell me otherwise, or I'll prove you wrong. Let's do it. You have it ready?
Yep.
Austrian Death Machine, Pumping and Humping. I don't remember this one at all.
From Triple Brutal, the one that came after Double Brutal.
I don't remember. Oh, the album, yeah. Triple. I'm like, what movie is this from? It's got to be Pumping Iron. I think you're right. All right, let's find out. Austrian Death Machine, for those of you who don't know, Tim Lambesis, who's been in jail for trying to kill someone in the past, but didn't. Just tried.
We keep giving him money.
And Austrian Death Machine is his fun band where they just take quotes from Arnold Schwarzenegger movies and write metal songs around it. So here it is, Pumping and Humping.
Arizona's most powerful rock radio station.
You've been listening to Holmberg's Morning Sickness Podcast, brought to you by our friends at Eric's Family Barbecue in Avondale. Meet, mesquite, repeat. Eric'sFamilyBBQ.com.